Hello students, KTHM College, Department of Political Science, as class FYBA, FYBCom and FYBSc. As we have seen in our previous lecture that we have started the credit subject, that is democracy, election and governance. So myself Chandanshri Vasudha welcome you all for this next second lecture, that is evolution of democracy and its different models. So students, we will begin this lecture now. So students, this first unit, democracy and foundation and its dimensions of democracy, we are going to see the evolution of democracy and its different models. So first of all students, what is democracy? We have to know what is the meaning of democracy. So in very simple words, we will see that. So the origin of the term democracy can be tracked back to ancient Greece. The terminology is derived from the Greek word that we know, that word is kartos, means power or rule, and from demos meanings, it's mean that people. So this words combine means, when this words kartos and demos combine, then the meaning of that is ruled by the people. So this is very simple definition and a meaning of democracy. So students, this is the basic of democracy. So in the next slide we will see its model, different models. So students, now we will see the models of democracy. So we will see one by one. It is uh, five numbers. So the first one is classical democracy. So students, the word democracy has different meaning to many people. So according to Hayward's, okay, he says that has threatened the terms undoing as a meaningful political concept. And among the many meanings, we will see the first, it is a form of government in which people rules by them directly. A system of rule that secure the rights and interests of the minorities by placing checks upon the power of majority. A society based on equal opportunity and individual merit rather than hierarchy and privilege. So students, this classical democracy, the model of democracy is based on the polis or city-state of Athens, Greek. The form of direct democracy is portrayed as the only ideal system of political popular participation. Then the Athenian democracy can be described as a form of government by past meetings, and all major decisions were made by the assembly to which all citizens belong. Officially by chosen by ballots to demonstrate that a microscope of citizenry participations. So this is the classical democracy. So there are the things of classical democracy. Just jot it down in the points. So first one is that every citizens belonged to one of the 10, means tribe, and each year 50 members of each tribe were chosen to sit on the council with the seat agenda for assembly, and citizens held office for 1 year and no more than twice in a lifetime, except for 10 journal who could be re-elected. So this was the Athenian, means classical, means we will say it is ancient democracy now. It was in Athenians and Greek time period, how the democracy was practiced. Okay, so every citizen should have the right to vote and hold office. The duty of all citizens is to participate actively in the system, and as a decision should be made by the majority vote. So this was the classical democracy. So students, as we hear the word classical democracy, we will say that classical, it means the ancient period. So ancient period, how was the democracy? Okay. After that, the second one is protective democracy. So the idea of direct democracy was shelved. Okay. In the classical period. So in the 17th and 18th century, the focus was on on protecting citizens from the encroachment of government. Hence, protective democracy was there. So as we know, the thinker, the most popular, most renowned thinker, John Locke, he argued in the 17th century that the right to vote was the basics based on the existence of natural rights. So, in short, we will say that God-given rights that are fundamental to human beings and the inalienables. So, argued that if a government through taxation has a power to exported property, citizens were entitled to control the positions of legislature. The second one was that democracy now meant a system of government by consist operating through the representative assembly. And after that, as we know, John Locke. After that, then Bentham, Jeremy Bentham, and John Niels, that utilitarian. Okay, we know that theories in the 18th century proposed the radical approach and advanced their argument in support of individual interest. And Bentham opined that individual seeks pleasure and avoid pain, which was the way to promote the greatest happiness for the greatest number. Okay, this was the one line discussions of the Bentham. Okay, the greatest happiness of the greatest number. Okay, after that, John Mill says that according to his thinking, his overall concern was with the self-development and laissez-faire policies seem to provide the scope needed in the individual freedom. Okay, and the critical point of protective democracy is that it aims to give people the widest scope to live their lives as they choose, and the liberty must then be protected by the mechanism of the separation of power according to the separate executive, legislature, and judiciary. Okay, and after that, the third one is development democracy. So, as we know, the popular and renowned thinker of Rousseau, so he provided an alternative view to the democratic theory. At the center of Rousseau's model is the general will. All we know is a general will. It means a real will. So the genuine interest of a collective body, equivalent to the common good, the will of all, provided each person act selflessly. So he proposed that no citizen shall be rich enough to buy another, and no one should be so poor as to be forced to himself. So Rousseau's system of radical development reduced economic equality. So development of self can only be achieved when citizens participate in discussions that shape their lives. And after that, Mill's view was that are constructive, as he promotes the highest and harmonious. Okay, the development of individuals' capacity by participating citizens enhance their understanding, strengthen their sensibility, and achieve the highest personal development. So, this was all about the development democracy. In this, Rousseau and Mill have given their ideas. Okay. After that, there is people's democracy. The fourth term. So, the term people democracy is derived from the Oxford Communist regime. So we know Karl Marx. So he believed in the principle of democracy based its implications on Hegelian prospect and thought of a society in which there was common ownership of wealth. which means social democracy. Okay, people's democracy, it means a social democracy. So he believed the overthrow of capitalism would lead to a flourishing and genuine democracy. A system of bourgeois democracy will be replaced by Portland democracy. As we know, the slaves and masters has given the relations, and he predicted that the class antagonisms will dissolve and the capitalist state will be wider away. There will only be one class. He was of the view that there should be only one class, no one, and as we have discussed all the thing, that overthrow of capitalism will lead to the flourishing of genuine democracy. Okay, this is about the people's democracy, means social democracy, which Karl Marx believed in, and he has given the theory of that. After that, the last one is liberal democracy. The liberal democracy is accepted as the worldwide practices of the politics. So its constructions are that indirect or representative form of democracy in which political office is gained by success in regular elections. As we know, it's very usual. It is based on a competition and electoral choice. There is a clear distinctions between the state and civil society. Okay, this is all the model of democracy which we have learned, students. So students, we have done with our second unit of our chapter, and thank you all of you.